Welcome to another installment of my Mists of Pandaria guides. We're currently at the start of the Landfall patch, and we've seen the introduction of the Brawlers Guild among some other things. I'm still trying to get productive in making raid guides, but editing is taking quite a bit longer than expected. While you're waiting for those series to come out, I'll give you a quick guide to the Brawlers Guild. First off, what is the Brawlers Guild? To make it short, it's a solo PvE challenge which you gain access to after looting a specific item called Blood-Soaked Invitation, which drops from rare mobs, or by buying the Brawlers Pass on the auction house. You enter the Brawlers Guild in Stormwind or Orgrimmar, and once you're inside, you can talk to the NPCs to get queued up against the mini-bosses. If you defeat a boss, you gain ranked points, which will allow you to get certain rewards and achievements. Currently, by defeating all the 28 available mini-bosses, you'll reach rank 8, and in the future, this rank goes up with the addition of more bosses. Once you reach rank 7, you'll get rewarded with an invitation that's tradable to your friends or sellable on the auction house. With a basic introduction out the way, let's take a look at the 28 bosses that are currently available. The first boss is called Bruce. The only mechanic which you need to worry about is his channeled ability called Chomp Chomp. You should simply run away when he casts it, or stun him to cancel it. If you do get hit, you'll most likely get one shot unless you roll big defensives. The second fight is with Vian. The fight is quite forgiving, but there are several mechanics which require some spatial awareness. There's a frontal ability which shoots a persisting fire line and leaves puddles on the ground. And then there is also moving fireballs which you need to maneuver around. Other than that, just kick his lava burst and attack him until he drops. The third fight is with Goredome, which has a very simple but deadly mechanic. He casts Lumbering Charge with a pretty low cast time in CD. Once cast, it marks a red circle under your character's current position and charges over to it. This does very high damage, so you should make sure to move away ASAP, and this mini-boss should drop rather quickly. Coming at number 4, we got Vishas, which can be a bit tricky for ranged DPS. He casts Bad Secrets, which is kickable, and he also uses Hot Poker, which buffs his upcoming melee attacks. Try to stun him when he casts Hot Poker to interrupt it. You can slow him and kite him around while DPSing. The fifth boss is called Dippy. This little penguin can be quite annoying for some specs, and he's gonna be knocked back when you hit him as long as he's not up against a wall. You'll do this in order to interrupt his quick cast ability, which does quite a bit of damage. You'll want to opt to use quick hitting abilities to get this fight done, even though they might not be the most DPS efficient. Boss number 6 is Kirrawk, and this should be a pretty easy fight. He spawns tornadoes which come flying at you, so you should make sure to dodge these or you'll be knocked into the air and take some damage. At number 7, we got Fran and Riddoh. These are two mini-bosses which will be fought sequentially. First, you'll down Fran, whose core ability is to root you in place. While this is happening, Riddoh is using his ability on you, which summons a ring of mines around. You'll simply need to find the opening inside the minefield and run out once your root goes away. Next, we got a big ass dinosaur. For melees, this is a tank and spank fight, and for range, you can slow him while DPSing to stay alive. Make sure that you're kiting away if he gets close to you, but regardless of your approach, he should drop fairly quickly and be little to no issues for anyone. In the 9th wave, we fight Blat. This ooze can cause some issues if done incorrectly. He frequently spawns a copy of himself, which will attack the player and overwhelm you pretty quickly. Blat himself has higher movement speed than the copies, so you should simply distance yourself from the copies and DPS Blat until they catch up. Melees, you can simply backpedal while you're attacking the ooze. The 10th boss is Sanoriak. He casts a couple of different damaging abilities, but the ones of particular interest are Firewall and Flame Buffet. You should kick the Flame Buffet and dodge the Firewall. He's gonna start channeling a Meteor Shower, which is closing in on you in a circular pattern. Find the gap in the Firewall and run out. Next up, we got Ix, and this big dude only has one interesting mechanic, called Devastating Thrust. It's a big frontal, and to dodge it, you simply run through the boss. You should be ready to move since the cast time is very short and pre-position close to the boss's center. Wrapping up the bosses in rank 3, we got the 12th boss being Mazhareen. This tiger starts off by being pretty harmless, but quickly amps up its damage dealt as the HP gets lower. Once he gets lower HP, Mazhareen deals an increasing amount of damage, so make sure to hold some CDs for the end of the battle and finish it quickly. At 13, we got Crush. This fight is pretty easy on itself since nothing else deals any significant damage. The major mechanic is that he runs backwards and then charges at you, dealing low damage and stunning you for a while. After 2 minutes, he enrages, so make sure that you're able to finish the fight before then. Number 14 is Leona Earthwind. She has 3 attacks, which are fairly harmless. She casts Wrath, which can be interrupted, and regularly uses Solar Beam, which you need to move out from, or you will be silenced. She also spawns Earth Living Seeds, which spawns mobs every so often. Try to hard CC this to prevent the ads from spawning, and you should be just fine. At 15, we got Dominika, who can be quite annoying for some classes. Every cast she does spawns a 1 HP copy of herself. The challenge in this fight will be to regularly pop quick AoE abilities to clean up the clones so you don't get overwhelmed by the cast of the clones. Next up, we got Deeken, which is a fairly harmless boss if you position properly. The primary 2 mechanics are the floating blue clouds of electricity, which deals quite high damage when coming in contact with them. Then, Deeken also uses a knockback, so make sure to keep your back clear while navigating the electricity fields, and this fight should be quite simple. The 17th fight is with Millie. In this encounter, you got 2 mechanics of concern. The first is an interruptible spell called Electric Dynamite Field, and you'll want this to go through a couple of times during the encounter. Once it does, it creates a blue field under you which you move out from, or you'll take ticking damage. However, the second ability is a 15-second disorientation. This will be removed by taking any damage or by using immunities, so the easy way to handle this is to stand in the electrical dynamite field just before the disorientation is finished casting. After Millie, we got our 18th fight with Fjoll. This boss has low HP and spawns purple stuff on the ground. Simple, don't stand in the purple stuff and you'll get through this pretty quickly. If your DPS is low, he'll knock you back or pull you close, so be mindful of your positioning. At 19, we got Proboskus. This boss has a 1 minute enrage timer, so make sure to blast him quickly. He'll channel Torrent, which you should interrupt, and then he casts Rain Dance, which drops water on the ground, which you should also dodge. Fight number 20 is with 5 gnomes. The gnomes cast Leprous Spew on you, which is a stacking debuff with a short duration. You'll want to drop your stacks, so AoE stun them or run away to drop the debuff stacks if you need to. At 21, we got Yikkan. Similar to other fights, you'll want to kick whenever you can in order to avoid getting stunned, but also he'll spawn small ads with low HP, which you should kill ASAP to keep the fight manageable. Next up, we got Akama. This guy casts Shadow Strikes, which buff himself and can be interrupted. In addition, he casts Thunder Shock and knocks you back while spawning Spirit Wolves to help him out. Like other bosses, simply kick him and get rid of ads ASAP and you should be fine. Number 23 is called Smash Hoofstomp. This dude has 2 goblins on his shoulders, which you'll want to kill ASAP. Once any of the goblins dies, the boss takes 50% increased damage, stacking for each goblin that's died. When he uses his shield wall, simply move behind him and blast him as soon as you can. Our final fight of rank 6 is Ungoloxx. This fight is very kite heavy for range DPS since he hits very hard. Kite, slow, and stun to keep him away from you. If you're a melee, you simply buckle up and rotate defensives while killing the boss ASAP. Our final rank available in this patch starts with fighting Bobble. It's a 2-boss fight with shared HP pool, so multi-dots will be very strong here. Max is going to shoot rockets at you, and you should stand under Bo to hit with the rockets while dodging them yourself. Note that these gnomes hurt quite a lot, so cycle whatever you can to get the fight done quickly. Twice during the fight, Bo will teleport to a shield, which you should kill quickly and then continue hitting the boss. Next, we got a bit of a tricky one, being the Dark Summoner. This fight is rather unique. You'll note that you have a light aimed towards the direction you're facing, and you need to point this towards the ghosts that are coming towards you, and then killing the ghosts. If the ghosts reach you, they'll one-shot you. Once the ghost is dead, you can damage the boss for a short while, so repeat the pattern and the boss will drop eventually. The light mechanic on the ghosts can be a bit annoying as a melee DPS, so make sure that you cycle stuns and other CC abilities to keep them at bay while killing them. At 27, we got the Battletron. This guy has around 10 mil HP and a 2-minute enrage timer, so DPS check on this boss is no joke. The orbs floating around him explode in contact with players, and it takes a while for the Battletron to summon these orbs. You'll start off by blowing up one of the orbs, and then you'll move in a circular pattern with that opening in his ring shield. This boss has a very tight DPS check, and you're gonna take very heavy damage, so make sure to optimize self-sustain and damage throughput. Our final mini-boss through the patch will be Meatball. The fight is rather simple, as he'll spawn a bunch of purple orbs. Run into them to get a stacking damage amp, and then blow CDs and nuke the boss down once you have a couple of stacks. The boss has a 1-minute enrage, so don't pick up the orbs for too long. Once Meatball goes down, you've cleared the content available in the Brawlers Guild for this patch, and you should have reached rank 8. And that's gonna wrap it up for this guide. I hope that y'all are progressing nicely through the content of this patch, and that MoP is treating you well. Is there any specific guide that you're looking forward to? Please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future guides. As always, thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.